Coach, welcome to the Meet the Falcons. We're here with Associate Head Coach of the Track and Field teams, Samantha Stark. Coach, how have you been so far during this quarantine?
I'm doing all right. Everyone's healthy and doing fine. Just, it's obviously way different and a struggle sometimes with, I've got two little boys here, one that's 10 months old and one that's 2.5. So trying to work and having them, and it's a joy and it's tough at the same time. So
You also have some dogs, it sounds like.
I do. We have two dogs,
Children,
two fur babies.
two fur babies that made an appearance earlier here today. So, Coach, talk a little bit about this year. I know that the indoor season was able to be finished off, and there's some great highlights from that, but I know the outdoor was canceled due to the corona. Can you talk a little about the season that we had?
Yeah, our indoor season went really well. We ended up finishing third and fourth, which is good. Third on the women's side, fourth on the men's side, and that went really, really well. I honestly was surprised at pleasantly surprised at how awesome the performances were on conference day at Carthage. It went really well. It's great PRs, a lot of PRs, and just I think more than maybe we expected, which is great. As much as we would like to be, first, second, third, the kids that we had couldn't have done any better than they did, and so that's really awesome. It was a lot of fun. The whole indoor season was great. Started off, doing learning and doing a good job, and getting in there, getting the grind in, and every meet we had, people kept progressing, kept getting better, which is exactly what you want, peaking at conference, which was awesome. And of course we ended the season on that note, and that was a great spot to be. And then everything kind of happened with coronavirus, and so they were so excited to carry and continue all that momentum into outdoor season, and we were too as coaches. But it is what it is, and here we are. So yep.
Can you talk a little bit about the team chemistry that you had this year? That was one thing that was apparent from the get-go, that this team that really liked to be around each other.
They do. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes we can come into the season too where, the distance group who was in cross country in the fall has, a great chemistry, and then they can kind of be on their own, but they really all meshed in together really well, and we've got kids coming from football team and the track and field kids who are doing their preseason training together, but it all went really, really well. They have a lot of fun together, and not just with one another, but they joke around and have fun with the athletic training staff, the coaches. So it's just a great time, and just a goofy group of kids, and I love it. So what do we do this year? We do fun team activities together. Like they went to like a laser tag and go-karting place, and just doing fun stuff like that with each other, kind of builds up that team chemistry and helps them, because track is such an individual sport. And sometimes at meets and in practice you're over with your event groups and you're not necessarily always with other event groups, and so it's fun to do those things where people get to know each other and get to know each other's name, and then when we go to meets they can start cheering for those people too. So it's just it was a lot of fun this past year.
Talking a little bit about conference, can you talk about the added difficulties? Not only is it hard to prepare your team for conference, but then you're in charge of hosting the meet as CUW was this year. Can you talk about how it was a challenge to balance both coaching and then being an administrator for the championships?
Yeah, I personally was just really nervous. I think previously there hasn't been a ton of guidelines set up, and we're working on that as a conference right now. We're in a committee and working on putting together a better plan going forward. But it was kind of just trying to figure out everything on your own and, okay, what do we need? And connecting with, previous hosting coaches and seeing how things were run and connecting with the Carthage coach to use their facility and all of that stuff. And then, running around like a chicken with my head cut off in the morning, getting there a couple hours early, making sure, you're getting food for the hospitality room and getting all the signs up and making sure we had your microphone, which wasn't there right away. So just those things that come up and pop up. But honestly, once the meet got going, I was pleasantly surprised that everything went really smoothly after it got started. Like, there were no hiccups. I wasn't running around. I was able to coach and do my thing. And I had even talked to my high jumpers. Then I was like, Coach Bob might need to step in and help you guys. Like, I might not be able to be there and, watch you. And they were all really nervous about it. And then they were really happy because I was there. So yeah, it went a lot better. It was a relief that it went the way that it did. And I was able to still coach and not, be distracted by hosting duties.
Well, so as everyone knows, all the sports are done for right now with the coronavirus. You're staying busy with recruiting. Have you picked up any hobbies during the corona, or have you just been too busy with having your kids and dogs?
I was telling Corey, like, I'm kind of an introvert normally. So for me, like, if I didn't have the boys, I would probably not be bored and I would be loving this time because I would, obviously still be working and recruiting, but time I'd be able to catch up on shows that I can't watch because I'm too busy during the season, or I like to read a lot. So, but now I just fall asleep reading because I'm exhausted. But we did start doing some home updates. We put a new floor in our house. So that was fun. Over the weekends, we've been doing that and keeping busy with updating our house because we can.
So, talking the floor, did you switch from like carpet to wood, or
So our entire house on the upper level, it had like 3 wood floors, but they were different colors, and then there were like transitions up into linoleum in the kitchen and the hallway, and so it was just all uneven and all different colors, and I hated it. It was a big pet peeve of mine. So it's nice we were able to rip up the linoleum. Now everything's the same level. There's no weird transitions between rooms and doors, and so that's kind of nice. I like it.
And that's something. My parents changed their flooring from carpet to wood upstairs last year, and that's a big transition for the dogs. So I was wondering how that was for you. So what books have you been reading then during this quarantine break?
What was it called? One was called, so I'm a member of Book of the Month Club, like a nerd. And so they send you books each month. I read Things in Jars, which was kind of weird. I like more like fantasy fiction and like murder mystery, different types of like books like that. So it's kind of what am I on? Stay Away right now is the book that I'm reading. So
So have you picked up any cooking? What's been cooking so far in the Stark household?
Oh, see, normally my husband Corey cooks dinner. It's not that I can't cook. I think that's just like one of his hobbies he likes to do. But now that I'm home, I've been cooking more dinner, so that's kind of been fun to add. And then I bake a lot, so been able to perfect my chocolate chip cookie recipe, which is delicious. And now I eat too many of them, so that quarantine 15 might be an issue. So baking chocolate chip cookies, that's pretty much all I bake because it's my favorite dessert ever.
So what is it about the chocolate chip cookie that is better than the other cookies?
Well, I make mine with triple chocolate chips, so they have the white chips, the dark chips, and milk chocolate chips.
Okay.
And the way I make them so that they're soft and they almost still taste like cookie dough. So I don't know. I love it. I can't help it.
So what's better then, cookie dough or cookies?
I mean, I love cookie dough. Cookie dough is probably better, but it's not better for you. So that's why I think I try to make my cookies taste like cookie dough. So. Yeah. But it's just the
So
best dessert. I don't know why.
it is a solid dessert. I'm really not a huge chocolate fan, but I really love a good cookie. So
We'll see. I'll have to bring you some cookies when we're all out of this.
sounds perfect. So, can you talk a little bit about the seniors on the team? Um, there are some really, they've received some high honors throughout their career, and they've really worked hard. And for all the spring athletes, it's kind of like the carpet was pulled out from underneath them. Can you talk
Yeah.
about what the seniors on this team have meant to the program?
So much. There's quite a few different seniors that we've had, or that we do have that are, we're going to miss a lot. And I do feel really bad for them not being able to have their season, their last season. One thing that is exciting is one of our seniors will be returning next year. He just got accepted into the graduate program for counseling. I'm sure that's not the actual term, but he got accepted into that program. So he will be back for the outdoor season next year. That's Sam Springer. So I am very excited for that. He will have another opportunity to make it to nationals for outdoor for next year. So that's going to be really exciting to still be able to have him and have him back. Other seniors that I'm going to really miss, great leaders on our team, Nicole Veldhorst. She's been an excellent jumper for our program since her freshman year. And I was just so excited with her, and I coach her personally too. So I was so excited with her because we finally figured out some things, and she, everything was finally clicking for the conference meet, and she jumped so well at the conference meet, and it was a PR, and she just did amazing. And so we were just really looking forward to outdoor season, and that was sad, but I know, she will still be a student at Concordia for the first semester, so we'll still see her a little bit, which will be nice. But that, that was disappointing. And obviously, we're going to miss all of those seniors. So other great leaders, Henry Jensen, who was a hurdler and sprinter for our team, just the most gentle personality, a super nice guy, good Christian athlete and person on our team, great role model, and just brought a good, positive, calming presence to everyone and everything. So he'll be missed. He was one of our captains over the years. And then what else do we have? Katie Schultz. She has just been a lot of fun to have on our team. She was a pole vaulter and sprinter and jumper, triple jumper. So, but she was so much fun and always just very good at taking direction and good at listening and very meticulous mind. So she was a lot of fun to have around, and she was kind of the person to help get things done all of the time. Emmett Williams, he was a transfer student and has been with our team a couple years now. And I actually went to the same high school as Emmett, and he knows my brother. He coached my brother in basketball, so that was fun. And my brother's coming to Concordia next year, so sadly, didn't necessarily get to cross paths quite, but yeah, he was a great person, full of energy, one of those people on the team who was always talking to people from, every event group, and really brought everyone together, which was a lot of fun too. And I know I'm missing somebody. Hold on a second. Maybe not. I think that's everyone.
Well,
Yeah.
Coach, thank you for joining us today on Meet the Falcons. I will hold you accountable for your cookie offer once we are back at CUW. So thank you
Perfect.
for joining us today, Coach.
You're welcome, Jeremy. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye.